Good morning. You get me and baby West today from home. So hope you are all staying safe and warm, and we'll see you back at school soon. So your assignment today is we're going to work on writing and graphing inequalities. So that word inequality means not equal. So if I take that word, I can break it up. In means not as the prefix, equal. They're not equal to each other. So some words you are maybe familiar with are greater than. It's more than it. It's above this number. It's less than. It's fewer than it. It's below it. So you can see these signs. That smaller side is pointing to the smaller one, right? It's smaller than the bigger side. It's opening up and saying this is greater than. You just do it like you read. So I read left to right. So this greater than, less than. Some new words in 6th grade. You might hear it's greater than or it's equal to it. It has to be this or it could be bigger. Or it's less than or equal to it. This is, right? It could be equal, but it also could be less than. So these words can get kind of tricky sometimes. You might hear the word at least. And we hear that word least and we start thinking, oh, it's got to be less than, right? Least. But it's at least that. That's the least it can be. So that's the least. It's actually going to be bigger. So the opposite of that is at most. That's the most it can be, or less. Another example is it's no less than. So we hear less and our brain wants to start putting things that are less, but that, right? No less. Oh, the baby just spit up everywhere. Okay, pause. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So what we were saying is we hear that word less. We think, oh, it's got to be less, right? No less than. That's the least it can be. So you have to really pay attention to these words and see, is it equal? Then it really does need to be bigger. So the opposite of that, no more. We hear more, we want to think bigger, but no more, we actually need to go smaller. That's the most it can be, and anything smaller. And some other words you might hear are minimum. That's the minimum it can be, and the maximum it can be. So what we have here is how we graph it. So if it's greater than, you do an open circle on your graph and draw the arrow bigger. So less than, open circle, draw your arrow smaller. If it's equal, we fill that circle in. It's like you're grabbing it and saying, yes, I include you, right? It's making that fist. It's kind of circled in like your fist. And greater, so same thing with less than. You're grabbing it. You're saying, I include you. We're grabbing that number and anything less than. So the steps we are going to take is we're going to read our problem, look for the keywords we just talked about. We're going to identify the variable we want to use, the constant, so the number we're comparing. So we're going to set up our problem with our variable, then our constant, and we're going to create that solution set. So that's the problems. These are some answers that it could be, and we're going to do at least 3. You can do more, but you have to do at least 3 to check your work here. And then determine if it can equal the constant. Can it be that thing? Is it at least? Is it at most? So we're deciding, can it equal that number? Yes or no? So we're going to put the correct sign, so we have our inequality. And then we're going to circle that number on our constant on the number line. Is it not equal? We keep it open. If it is equal, we grab it and fill it in. We'll practice this together. And then we're going to put some dots on our solution set to draw an arrow through the set. So we're going to practice this together. So if that was a lot of information, that's okay. We're going to run through some practice problems here. So if it is in blue, you need to write it down with me. So if you've printed off this worksheet, awesome, just do it on the worksheet. If not, you do not need to write the problems down, but you do need to write what I'm doing in blue down. So if I do it in blue, you need to make sure you write it on your paper. So this first one says, you must be at least 18 years old to vote. So I see my keywords at least, right? So that's the least it can be. So that means that's the lowest. I need things that are higher. So it says you have to be at least 18 years old to vote. So we're going to use V for vote. So we're going to set up our problem, V for vote, and we are comparing it to the constant of 18. So I'm going to put V on one side, 18 on the other. I'm going to leave a space for my symbol once I know what that is. So we need to come up with 3 things that V can equal. So they have to be at least 18. That's the lowest you can be and vote. So I'm going to just start asking, can I be 16 and vote? No. Can I be 17 and vote? No. Okay, can I be 20 and vote? Yes, that's older than 18. So I'm going to put 20 here. I could be 22 and go vote. And I want you to think of one more thing you could be and put it there, that you could be and go vote. And now we want to ask ourselves, can you be 18? Right? That's the least you can be. So yes, we're going to add 18 to our list. So now all of these are what compared to 18? They are greater than. So V is greater than, but we said it could also equal it. So we draw that equal sign. V is greater than or equal to 18. So now what we're going to do is graph it. So we're just going to draw a line and we're going to put 18 on it. So we have positive 18 on that number line. So we're going to come and we're going to circle right here 18. And since it could equal it, it's grabbing it and we need to fill that in. So we're filling that in. Sorry, it's very hard with this mouse. Now we said they could be 20 and go vote. They could be 22 and go vote. Whatever you marked, maybe it was 30 and could go vote. So right, I can see that it's going this way. Any of these answers in the positive direction are also possibilities. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw an arrow right connecting the dot all the way off the line. So 18 and older, you can go vote. So our next one says soccer practice will be no more than 75 minutes long. So no more. So we hear more, but it's not more. It's no more than that. That's the most it can be. So we're going to do soccer. We have S for soccer practice or P or whatever you want to do, minutes. That's not the important part, okay? Just pick a letter to represent the problem, and we're comparing to 75 minutes. Now we need to come up with our solution set, 3 things that practice could be. So practice, right, can't be more than 75. So it could be 70 minutes. It could be 71 minutes. So I want you to think of another answer that it could be and fill that in there. And now we have to ask, could it be exactly 75 minutes? Is 75 more than 75? No, it's not. So it could equal it. So all of these are what compared to 75? They're less than or equal to, since we decided it just can't be more. So now over here, we are going to go ahead and draw out that number line. And we're going to mark 75 on it since that's what we're comparing. So we're going to go ahead and circle that 75 and we're going to grab it and fill it in because it can equal that. So we're filling it in. Oh, I don't know how I just did that. Oh no. Sorry, I'm not used to doing my videos on this computer. So could equal it. So we said it could be 70. It could be 71. Maybe you said it could be 52 minutes long. So my arrow needs to go this direction off the line. So it connects the circle and says it could be anything smaller than that. Okay, our next one says that the teacher has less than 47 Jolly Ranchers left. So we're talking about Jolly Ranchers. So I'm going to do J for Jolly Ranchers. And we're comparing 47. So we're going to look, and our keyword is less. So we need to come up with things, this one's pretty easy, that are less than 47. So I'm going to say 40 is less than 47. I'm going to say that 30 is less than 47. And I want you to come up with the last one that is less than 47. Now we have to ask ourselves, Is 47 less than 47? No, it's equal. So that doesn't answer our question. No, it is not less than. So it cannot equal this one. So these are all just less than 47. So the Jolly Ranchers that the teacher has left is less than 47. Not equal, they have less than. So we're going to mark that line, and we're going to mark 47. So we're going to circle up 47. Oh, and hold on, I'm getting a little carried away. So I'm going to circle up 47, and I'm not going to fill it in this time because it's not equaling it. It doesn't equal it. You leave it open. It's not equal, leave it open. Now my solution said, I said it could be 40. I said it could be 30. Maybe you said, I have one Jolly Rancher left. So I connect from my circle and draw that line all the way off the line. So 47 has to be less than 47. It's not filling it in, so it's not equal to 47. Okay, our next one says the movie will be a maximum of 90 minutes long. So, right, we're going to this movie. We only have time to go to something that's 90 minutes or less. This is the max that it can be, or less than that. So we have our movie, and we're comparing it to 90. So let's write some things down for time we have to go see the movie. So I could go to a movie that is 80 minutes long. That's right, that's 90 is the most it can be. We've got to go less than that. I could go to a movie that is 75 minutes long. So tell me one other thing that you could go to a movie that's less than 90. So now we need to ask ourselves if we could go to a movie that's exactly 90 minutes long, right? The maximum, the most it can be is 90. So is 90 more than 90? No. So we could go to a movie that's exactly 90 minutes long. But as soon as it's 91, that's too big and we can't go to that. We don't have time for that. So all of these, so it could equal it, and these are all less than or equal to. So on our number line, we're going to put 90. And we are going to circle the 90. And we're going to fill it in because it could equal it. It's grabbing it. It's filling it in with that fist. Grab it, right? Boom, filled in. And we said it could be 80, 75. Maybe you said you could go to a 30-minute movie. And so I draw my line and my arrow to show that it's anything less than or equal to 90. Hey, our next one says you have to be at least 16 years old to have a driver's license. So this is something we're familiar with. So your driver's license. So we're going to put D for driver's license. And we're comparing that to being 16 years old. So we need to come up with some options for that solution set of how old you can be to get your driver's license. So if you are 16 and a half, you can get a driver's license. If you are 25, you can get a driver's license. So tell me one other choice you can do to get a driver's license, right? But if you're 15 and a half, like maybe you can practice driving, but you can't have a driver's license yet. Even if you're 15 and your birthday is tomorrow, you have to wait till you're 16. So we want to ask, can you be 16 and get your driver's license? Yep, the day you turn 16, right? This is the lowest you can be and still get driver's license. So we hear that word least, we got to check. What does that really mean? That's the lowest it can be. So all of these are older, bigger, greater than, or equal to. So as we're drawing our number line here, we get 16, and we're going to circle and fill that in. And we said you could be 16 and a half. You could be 25. Maybe you said you could be 45 and get a driver's license. So all of those are greater than. So we draw that arrow connecting right from the dot off the page there. Okay, got 4 more to go. We can do it. Okay, the animal shelter has more than 7 dogs. So we've got dogs and 7. So we've got dogs and 7, and we have to have more than 7 dogs. So we're going to create that solution set. So the shelter could have 8 dogs, right? We've got to have more. The shelter could have 10 dogs. Tell me another number that the shelter could have. Now we want to check, can they have exactly 7 dogs? Is 7 more than 7? No, so they can't have exactly. They have more than 7. So all of these are greater than 7, not equal to it. So if I draw on my number line here, we have 7, and I'm circling 7, but I'm not filling it in because it doesn't equal it. So we're not including it. We're just leaving it open. So we said it could be 8. It could be 10. Maybe you said they have 15. And so all of my solutions are greater. So I need to go from the circle and off that number line straight through all the solution sets to be greater than 7. Okay, our next one says Ezra has no more than $20 to spend at the movies. So no more than $20. So we've got money. So we're going to go M for money, and we're comparing $20. So we have no more than, we hear more and we want to go bigger, but right, we do not have more than that. So let's come up with 3 options that we could have. So maybe Ezra has $10. That's not more than 20. Maybe he has $15. That is not more than 20. Tell me another option that he might have here that is not more than 20. So now we need to ask ourselves, could he have exactly $20? Is 20 more than 20? No, it's not more than it. So it could equal 20. So all of these are less than or equal to 20. So to graph that, we make our number line and we get $20. So we're going to circle that up, and then we're going to fill it in because it's grabbing it and saying, yes, it could equal 20. We're including that, right? Get that fist, color it in. And we said it could be 10. We said it could be, those were backwards. I said it could be 10. I said it could be 15. Maybe you said they only had $5. And then I connect and go to the left. So he has less than $20. Okay, our next one says more than 75 fans attended the school basketball game. So we've got fans, and we're comparing that to 75. Now our keyword says more than, more. We have to have more than 75. So tell me 3 options that it could be. So maybe there were 80 fans at the basketball game. Maybe there were 100 fans at the basketball game. Give me one other option of fans at the basketball game. Now we want to check, can there be exactly 75? Is 75 more than 75? Nope, it's not more, so it can't equal 75. So all of these are greater but not equal. It has to be more than 75. So on our number line, we get 75 here, and we are going to circle that 75, but we're not filling it in because it does not include 75. Not included, then we leave it open. So we said it could be 80. I said it could be 100. Maybe you said there were 200 fans there. So all of these go to the right. So I start at my circle and draw my arrow to the right. Okay, last one. We did it. So Jordan has below $50 to spend at Target. So we are below 50. So we're going to do money to spend, and we're comparing that to 50. So we have below 50. So we need to write 3 options that are below 50. So maybe Jordan has $40. Maybe Jordan has $5. Tell me one other option that is below 50. And then we need to see, can it equal 50? So is 50 below 50? Nope, she could have $49.99, and that's below 50. But 50 is not below 50. So it cannot equal 50. So all of these are less than. So the money is less than 50. So last number line. So here we have 50. And we're going to circle that up. And we're not filling it in because it does not equal it. So we said they could have $40. They could have $5. Maybe you said they had $20. So all my solutions go to the left. So I'm going to go off to the left and show that it could be anything less than 50. All right, so you should have everything written down that is blue, and I will check something off on your pacing guide when you bring this back to me